The proposal. My girlfriend's one that got away called. He'd accidentally broken his leg. Without a second thought, she abandoned me right there in the middle of the proposal to rush to his side, leaving me kneeling with a ring box in my hand like a complete joke. Without even asking me, she brought him back to our apartment. Recovery takes months, Liam. Julian can't get around, so I brought him here. It's just easier to take care of him. I took a sip of the bone broth she had simmering on the stove. She immediately snatched the bowl and the entire pot away from me. I spent 5 hours making this broth. It's medicinal for Julian. You're unbelievable. You'd literally steal medicine from a patient. Years of affection died in that single moment. I turned away, pulled out my phone, and called the girl who had loved me since we were kids. Chloe, do you still want to marry me? The wedding is in 7 days. Chloe Bennett's voice trembled over the line, thick with emotion. Liam, yes, I do. I've been waiting for you. The wedding I had spent months planning for Vanessa was going to happen on schedule. The only thing changing was the bride. I whispered, okay, 7 days. I'm marrying you. Vanessa Cole walked out of the guest room, carrying the heavy pot. Who are you marrying? Liam, even if I said yes, we wouldn't be having a wedding that fast. Stop being dramatic and telling people nonsense. You're just going to embarrass yourself. I looked at her, my voice flat. Don't worry. I won't be embarrassing myself this time. Good. Vanessa ladled a small bowl of broth and shoved it toward me. Julian knows you're a foodie. He told me to save a bowl for you. I pushed it away. No thanks. You were right. I'm not the patient. I don't need the medicine. Vanessa paused, then sighed. Are you still sulking? I only said that earlier because I was stressed. But people usually tell the truth when they're stressed. Deep down, she didn't think I was worthy of the soup she'd spent 5 hours making. I'm not mad. I just don't want the soup. I walked into the kitchen and started scrambling some eggs for myself. Sensing the tension, Vanessa followed me. Liam, look, Julian is all alone in Chicago. He has no family here. He's hurt, and I can't just leave him to fend for himself. He's only staying for 3 months. Just be the bigger person, okay? Don't make it awkward. Julian Asher had been here for 1 day, and I already felt like a stranger in my own home. If he stayed for 3 months, I had a feeling the name on the lease would change, too. Who was making things awkward for whom? In the past, I would have fought with Vanessa. I would have demanded Julian leave. But now, I decided to let him have a spot. I nodded, pretending to be considerate. The guest room is tiny. Why doesn't he take the master bedroom? It has the en-suite bathroom. Easier for you to take care of him. Vanessa's face lit up. Liam, I was actually thinking that. The guest room doesn't have a bathroom attached, and it's a hassle for him. I was worried you'd say no, but you're being so mature about this. She moved to hug me, but I raised my arm, blocking her. She didn't notice the rejection, too caught up in her plan. Don't worry. Once Julian's leg is healed, we'll get right back to planning the wedding. Vanessa was efficient. By the time I finished my eggs and washed the dishes, she had already moved Julian and all his stuff into the master suite. My belongings, meanwhile, had been unceremoniously dumped in the hallway. Julian can't move around easily, so I help him unpack. You can handle your own stuff, right? I gathered my things and moved into the guest room. I pulled out a suitcase, packed the essentials, and threw the rest into trash bags. As I packed, my eyes started to sting. Vanessa used to treat me like gold. During the blizzard of 19, she drove across the entire city just to bring me a hot chocolate because I was having a bad day. When I had the flu, she stayed by my bedside for 2 nights straight. We made promises on a hiking trip in the Rockies that we'd be together forever. When exactly did she change? I decided I wanted an answer before I left for good. I walked to the master bedroom. The door was slightly ajar. Just as I was about to knock, a smooth, lazy male voice drifted out. Ness, careful. That tickles. Vanessa's voice was dripping with affection. Since were you so sensitive? I swallowed the bile, rising in my throat, and peered through the crack in the door. The silhouettes of Vanessa and Julian were visible against the frosted glass of the bathroom door. She was helping him shower. Julian's voice sounded smug. Hey, why did you get with Liam Carter anyway? He's not really your type. You left without saying goodbye, Julian, and, well, he looks a little bit like you. Julian chuckled. Through the glass, I saw him wrap his arms around her neck and pull her in for a kiss. I turned around and walked away. So that was it. In Vanessa's heart, I was never the lead. I was just the understudy. She hadn't changed. The original cast member had returned, so the understudy was no longer needed. I first met Vanessa at a college talent showcase. She was wearing a white ballet dress, dancing like a swan. She danced her way straight into my heart. I wasn't one to hide my feelings, so I asked her out immediately. She stared at me for a few seconds, looking surprised, before she said yes. 5 years. We fought. We made up, but I never doubted her love. Today, reality hit me like a freight train. The next morning, I sat in the living room with my suitcase, waiting to have the talk. This condo, the renovations, we paid for it all 50-50. If we were splitting, we needed to settle the finances. I waited from 6 a.m. until 9:00 a.m. Finally, Vanessa wheeled Julian out, looking flushed and happy. When she saw me, panic flickered in her eyes. Julian's leg was hurting. I slept on a floor mattress in his room to keep an eye on him. Don't get the wrong idea. Julian chimed in. Yeah, Liam bro, don't misunderstand. Ness and I didn't do anything. That denial was so specific, it practically confirmed everything. I smiled. I didn't say I misunderstood anything. Why are you guys so nervous? Vanessa visibly relaxed. I thought you were prepping for your art show. Why are you still home? I tapped the sofa cushion. Sit. We need to talk. Vanessa started to walk over, but Julian grabbed her arm, whining. Ness, helping me shower took a lot of energy last night. I'm starving. Can you make that lasagna you're famous for? Please. Vanessa nodded immediately. She turned to me. Whatever it is, tell me later. Julian is a patient. He can't go hungry. She dove into the kitchen, washing vegetables and prepping meat. In 5 years, she rarely cooked for me. Now, she had taken a sabbatical from work just to be Julian's personal chef and nurse. Is this the power of the one that got away? In front of Julian, my 5 years with her looked like a joke. Fortunately, I had an exit strategy, which kept me from falling apart completely. Julian looked at me, barely concealing his smirk. Liam, have you ever had Ness's lasagna? I shook my head calmly. Julian beamed. Ness once said she'd only make it for me. But hey, since you're the boyfriend, you should grab a plate later. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? I smiled back. You're right. There really won't be another opportunity. Julian paused, confused by my lack of reaction. He threw a few more passive-aggressive barbs my way, but I deflected them effortlessly. Finally, he snapped. He lowered his voice. Liam Carter, I left the door open last night on purpose. I wanted you to see. I can't believe you're literally being cuckolded and you're acting like nothing happened. But if you think tolerating this means you get to keep her, you're wrong. Suddenly, he reached for a glass of water on the table, then threw himself out of his wheelchair, splashing water all over himself. Hearing the crash, Vanessa rushed out. Seeing Julian on the floor, she threw her spatula down and scrambled to help him back into the chair. Julian, oh my God, are you okay? Julian looked at me with tear-filled eyes, then buried his face in Vanessa's stomach. Vanessa glared at me. Liam, what the hell did you do to him? I chuckled. Mr. Asher is a fantastic actor. Hollywood is missing out. Julian pointed a shaking finger at me. I just wanted water. You wouldn't help, which is fine, but why did you move the cup so I'd fall? Vanessa screamed. Liam, when did you become so toxic? What happened to the guy who rescues stray dogs? I still rescue stray dogs. Dogs wag their tails when you help them. I looked pointedly at Julian. People are different. You help them, and they bite. Vanessa slapped me across the face. Silence filled the room. She looked at her hand, shocked, then stammered. You pushed me to this. Ignoring the stinging in my cheek, I wound up and slapped her back. Hard. Julian smirked for a split second before masking it. Ness, Liam, stop. It's my fault, I'll leave. I backhanded Julian across the face. Julian, we're grown men. This damsel in distress act is pathetic. You want the girl? I'm giving her to you. I pulled a spreadsheet from my bag, the breakdown of the mortgage and renovation costs I'd calculated last night, and threw it in Vanessa's face. Check the numbers. Transfer my half to my bank account. Vanessa went pale. Liam, what does this mean? Vanessa, we're done. I walked out the door. Vanessa tried to chase me, but Julian cried out in pain. Ness, my leg. I took an Uber straight to my parents' house and told them I was marrying Chloe. They hated Vanessa, so they were thrilled. Chloe was the girl next door. We grew up together. In high school, her family moved to Europe. I was devastated. She promised she'd come back and marry me one day. I forgot about it. Kids say dumb stuff. But 3 months ago, she came back. She told me she was ready to fulfill that promise. I was engaged to Vanessa then, so I turned her down. Funny how life works. The day before the wedding, Vanessa called. Did you check the numbers? I answered. When are you wiring the money? Silence. Then, Liam, when are you coming home? I miss you. I laughed, a cold, harsh sound. Vanessa, did you hit your head? We broke up. I'm not coming back. Wire the money and we're square. She sensed I was serious. The spreadsheet. There are some items I don't understand. Meet me at the Greystone Hotel, 8:00 p.m. Private dining room. We'll talk. Fine. I hung up and called Chloe. I asked her to come with me. I wanted Vanessa to see that while she didn't want to marry me, someone else definitely did. At 8 p.m., Chloe and I arrived at the Greystone. I went up to the room. It was dark. I thought I had the wrong room, but then the lights flared. The center of the room was filled with heart-shaped red roses. Vanessa was standing there, wearing the engagement ring I bought her, looking shy and hopeful. Liam, I was wrong. These last few days without you, I realized how much you mean to me. I'm ready. I'll marry you. Vanessa's friends popped out from behind the curtains, chanting, Marry him, marry him, marry him. A week ago, I would have said yes in a heartbeat. Now, I'd have to be brain dead to fall for this. I was about to shut it down when a warm hand grabbed mine. Chloe had parked the car and caught up. She looked at me, her dark eyes anxious. I gave her a reassuring smile, interlaced my fingers with hers, and held our joined hands up for Vanessa to see. Vanessa exploded. Liam Carter, what is this? I grinned. Is the ring on her finger too small? I thought it was obvious. I'm with Chloe now. Vanessa looked like she wanted to eat me alive. You were cheating on me, weren't you? You've been with her this whole time. I knew it. You just want her because her family has money. You gold-digging piece of trash. You make me sick. Her friends started whispering, eyeing me with disgust. I stepped forward and slapped Vanessa again. Stop projecting. You were the one treating me like Julian's understudy for 5 years. You are the one who makes people sick. The slap sobered her up. You knew. I heard everything you and Julian said that night. I saw what you did in the bathroom. Panic washed over her face. Liam, let me explain. Nothing happened. We didn't. I don't care if you slept together or not. It's irrelevant. I'm just here to settle the debt. Pay me, and we're strangers. She reached for me, but Chloe stepped in. Liam is my fiancé. Back off. Vanessa's eyes widened. Fiancé. Correct, I said. I'm marrying Chloe. The wedding is tomorrow. Vanessa started hyperventilating. No, I don't agree. If you marry her, what happens to me? Vanessa, for the last time, I don't need your permission to break up with you, and I certainly don't need it to marry Chloe. It's clear you aren't here to pay me. Expect a lawyer's letter. I grabbed Chloe's hand to leave. The elevator dinged. The doors opened, and Julian rolled out. He frantically wheeled himself toward Vanessa and grabbed her wrist. Ness, you said you'd take care of me forever. Julian was furious. He'd finally driven me away, thinking he'd won the prize. But then Vanessa had kicked him out. Vanessa shoved Julian away, screaming, I'm not your slave. Feed me, wash me, help me to the toilet. I'm sick of it. Get away from me. Chloe and I stepped into the elevator. Vanessa tried to chase us, shaking off Julian, but the door slid shut just in time. There's a saying, even a dutiful son gets tired of a bettered parent. Vanessa was a princess. She'd never taken care of anyone in her life. 1 week of dealing with Julian's bodily functions had destroyed her true love fantasy. In the car, I didn't start the engine immediately. I looked at Chloe. Chloe, should we postpone the wedding? Chloe's smile vanished. Liam, do you regret it? Is it because of Vanessa? Do you still want her? I shook my head. No, I'm afraid you will regret it. Marriage is serious. I proposed to you when I was angry and hurt. That's not fair to you. Maybe we should date for a while. Make sure we actually fit. I didn't want to end up like Vanessa, excited to play house, then realizing the reality sucks. I didn't want Chloe to be a divorcee because of my rebound. Liam, she said softly, I've known you since you learned to walk. I cried when I wet my pants in kindergarten. You gave me your jacket to tie around my waist. You bought me my first tampons because I was too embarrassed. When I broke that kid's Game Boy, you used your allowance to pay for it. Memories unlocked in my brain. Wow, you remember all that. Chloe leaned over and kissed my cheek. Liam, we've known each other for 25 years. Do you really think we need a trial run? I blushed, my palms sweating. But we haven't seen each other in 7 years. What if I'm different? What if you realize I'm not the guy you remember and you regret it? She looked me dead in the eye. Liam, no matter how you change, you're still you. You are Liam Carter. You are the love of my life. She got smooth with words in Europe. I remembered her being shy. I decided to tease her. What if you've changed and I don't want to marry you? Her eyes darkened. A complex emotion swirled in them. She tensed up. Are you hiding something from me, Chloe? After a long pause, she said, I won't let that happen. Whatever you like, Liam, that's what I'll be. It was the perfect answer. I ruffled her hair to break the tension. All right then, wait for me at home. I'm coming to get you tomorrow. She relaxed, unbuckled her seatbelt, and kissed me properly. I love you, she whispered. I drove home in a daze, my heart actually racing. The next morning, I put on my black tux. I felt alive. I want to pick up my bride. Chloe looked stunning in white, better than any model in a magazine. The church was beautiful. The priest began the vows. Do you, Liam Carter, take Chloe Bennett to be your lawfully wedded wife? To have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer? Just as I opened my mouth to say, I do, the doors banged open. Vanessa, looking disheveled and out of breath, ran down the aisle. I object. Liam, don't marry her. Chloe's face turned icy. She stepped in front of me. Vanessa, I have limits. If you keep harassing my husband, I won't be polite. Vanessa ignored her. I just want 10 minutes. If Liam still won't come with me after 10 minutes, I'll leave forever. No, Chloe snapped. Not even 1 minute. Vanessa laughed bitterly. Chloe, you know he doesn't love you. You're terrified that if I talk to him, he'll leave with me. That's why you're scared of 10 minutes. The audacity was impressive. She really thought I'd leave my bride at the altar for her? I patted Chloe's shoulder. It's okay. Chloe looked at me with panic, terrified I was actually considering it. I smiled. Don't worry. I'm your groom. Nothing she says changes that. Chloe stepped aside, reluctantly. Vanessa walked up, trying to take my hand. I stepped back. Liam, you look so handsome. I checked my watch. 9 minutes left. If you're just here to hit on me, get out. Liam, I admit it. At first, you were a substitute for Julian. But after 5 years, I fell in love with you. I just didn't realize it. She pulled a dirty red ribbon out of her pocket. Vanessa and Liam. We're here. Vanessa loves Liam forever. We tied that ribbon to a tree on a trail in the Rockies during our happiest trip. She said we were staking our claim on top of the world. I know who I love now, Liam. It's you. Please, give me a chance to fix this. I swear I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. I looked at the ribbon. You think a piece of trash from a hiking trail fixes this? Suddenly, a DoorDash guy burst into the church, looking confused. Delivery for Vanessa? She grabbed a cup of hot cocoa from him and held it out to me. Liam, remember? I said I'd bring you hot cocoa for the rest of your life. I took the cup. Her face lit up. Liam, you forgive. I turned and handed the cocoa to the ring bearer, a little 5-year-old boy. Here you go, buddy. Then I took the red ribbon and tied it around the collar of a golden retriever sitting in the front row, one of the groomsmen's dogs. I turned back to Vanessa. That's it? That's your play? Nostalgia. Your love is worthless to me. 10 minutes is up. Get out. Don't ever let me see you again. Vanessa crumbled. She fell to her knees, sobbing loudly. Liam, I know I was wrong. 5 years. How can you just throw away 5 years? Cheating once is cheating forever. You crossed the line with Julian. You should have thought about the consequences. We didn't have sex, she wailed. I swear. I pushed him away at the last second. I just slept on the floor. Emotional affairs are still affairs, Vanessa. You showered him. You kissed him. To me, you did everything. I turned my back on her and looked at the priest. Continue, please. The priest cleared his throat and repeated the question. I looked at Chloe and said loud and clear, I do. Vanessa collapsed on the floor, sobbing as security dragged her out. We went to the Maldives for the honeymoon. While we were there, my lawyer successfully got Vanessa to transfer my half of the house money. I also saw a funny news article online. Turns out, Julian didn't break his leg hiking. He was a sugar baby for a rich older woman, and her husband found out and broke his legs. I felt generous, so I forwarded the article to Vanessa before blocking her number. Chloe wrapped her arms around my waist, snuggling into my chest. What are you smiling at? I showed her the phone. She glanced at it, bored, then took my phone and blocked every contact associated with Vanessa. No contact. Ever. I teased her. We could be friends, you know. You're so jealous. She buried her face in my neck. Be friends with anyone you want. Just not her. I heard the insecurity in her voice. I hugged her tight. Chloe, you're my wife. Be confident. With you, I'm never confident. Just never leave me. 8. I won't. The hotel was hosting a dance-off for guests. Watching Chloe move on the dance floor, memory hit me like a lightning bolt. 7 years ago, in high school, Chloe was captain of the dance team. I used to sit in the bleachers, holding her towel, just watching her. I loved her then. When I met Vanessa in college and saw her dancing in that white dress, I fell for her because she reminded me of Chloe. Vanessa used me as a substitute for Julian, but I had unknowingly used Vanessa as a substitute for Chloe. I decided never to tell Chloe that. She'd never let me live it down. When we got back home to Chicago, Vanessa was sitting on her stoop. She looked like a homeless person, hair matted, clothes dirty. Her eyes lit up when she saw me. Liam, I've been waiting for 2 weeks. I grabbed Chloe's hand to walk past her. Vanessa blocked the door. Get out of my way, I growled. Liam, listen to me. Chloe scammed you. She planned all of this. She's the one who told Julian to come back. She orchestrated everything to break us up. I froze. I looked down at Chloe. Is that true? Chloe bit her lip. She looked guilty. Liam, I did it, but I don't regret it. Vanessa screamed triumphantly. See, she's a psychopath. Liam, divorce her. Come back to me. I tightened my grip on Chloe's hand. I looked at Vanessa. I'm not divorcing her. What? She manipulated you. Why would you forgive her? Because I love her. Give up, Vanessa. Even if I wasn't with her, I wouldn't be with you. You're toxic. Vanessa stood there, stunned into silence. I pulled Chloe inside and locked the door. So, I asked, is that what you were afraid I'd find out? Chloe's eyes were red. I played dirty, Liam. You can be mad. Just don't leave me. I kissed her forehead. Idiot. You think I'd divorce you over that? I'm glad you did it. Chloe hugged me so hard I couldn't breathe. I love you, Liam. I love you too, Chloe. Epilogue. I heard through the grapevine that Vanessa drank herself into severe health problems. Julian tried his sugar baby act again and got beaten so badly he disappeared from the city. Me? I'm looking at my son playing on a rug while Chloe cooks dinner, and I've never been happier. The end.